Yeah, it challenges that whole notion of a fixed connection between like a people and a place. Like you have to think even language changed so much. Like Aramaic.
Right.
What other aspects of their identity changed over time?
That's a good point. So we've got this super long and complicated history, and then the author gets to their main point, which is kind of a controversial one, right?
Yeah, it is. They basically argue that for descendants of Jews who left centuries ago and built lives elsewhere, to now claim the right to return and maybe even displace current inhabitants is, well, they use the word outrageous.
Outrageous. Wow, that's a strong word.
It is.
And they don't stop there. They talk about, like, there's no certificate of occupancy from ancient times. They even ask, does any Jew today actually know the exact spot their ancestors might have farmed, like, centuries ago? It is. It makes me think about, like, you know, can you really draw a straight line from, like, way back then to now?
And it gets even trickier when the author brings in religion. Like, what about using religious texts to back up claims to land? They even flip the script. They say, what if other groups use their own religious texts to do the same thing? How would we feel about that?
That's a good point. It makes you think about, you know, are we holding everyone to the same standard? Like, if we wouldn't accept that from someone else, can we really accept it for ourselves? It really makes you think critically. But then they throw in another wrench, right? They're Canaanites. Okay, for anyone who's like, wait, who are they?
So the Canaanites were in that region even before the Israelites. But we're talking like way, way back in the timeline here.
Okay, even further back. Got it.
And, you know, even in the Bible, you have figures like Uriah the Hittite and Ahithophel, who were descended from Canaanites, and they're right there in the story.
So they were like already there. Wow.
So if we're talking about ancient connections, they predate like everyone else we've been talking about.